Hey everyone, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm. It is currently 8:48 at night. I got home at like almost 4:30, and I tried to stay up because I didn't want to go back to bed because it's going to mess up my sleep schedule, and guess what? It has messed up my sleep schedule because I went to sleep. Oh god, I am so freaking get up in the morning is for the birds. It literally is. It is for the fucking birds. So tomorrow I come in at 9. I work 9 to 5, same hours. So it's not like, oh, I'm working additional hours and all that type of stuff. I. Alright, so now that I am fully rested from my day, I went back to The Will of the Many, this time with fresh perspective, meaning I was asleep, woke up, now I'm better. I read 4 chapters of this book because I had the energy to read 4 chapters of this book. And I want to say, it feels like that we're moving away from that really boring aspect of the book, which was all the training and the history and all that, and we are going to an event that reminds me of the mock naval battles that the Flavians were known for. So there is evidence that water was able to be tunneled in to make these mock naval battles, which is awesome. And to have it depicted in this book is like, wow. It's raining right now. If anybody cares to know. Speaking of, damn, it is raining. Oh, I got thunderstorms. Lovely. Yeah, it's gonna be raining for like the next 2 days. Like, what the heck? Alright, so hopefully I can get this done without the power going out. But, so it's during this event, that is going on, that chaos just erupts. And there is this advisor of his father. His father has, I don't know if his father's dead or not, but he goes and he decides to unleash pure chaos. And he uses will, which is a form of magic, to do this. And just the description of, like, the carnage that this does, even before he does it, like, you have these convicts that are hoping that by surviving the experience, they can, like, go up. And he makes a comment or statement that this is what the hierarchy does. This is what it does to people. And he has to fight this guy, and he manages to, like, defeat him, and it knocks him out and everything. And I'm got to the end of chapter, like, I am on chapter 23 of this book, and I have 6 hours to go, so I'm at 32% of this book read, which I will tell you is really amazing to be at that point where, yeah, I'm past the 30% mark. I'm on chapter 23, and now the book is starting to get a little bit more interesting. And I'm like, dang, I'm really glad that I stayed with this book, because now it's starting to get a little bit more interesting, and hopefully we won't get the same boring stuff that reminds me too much of, like, he doesn't really know anything. Anyways, yeah, so having a lot of fun with the book, now that we're getting to the good parts. Alright, so with that being said, I want to talk about something else in this video, and I will put in the description, so if you guys just want to stop here, I won't mind. So it's talking about BookCon up in New York, and I have heard things about it along the lines of that it was a disaster, and that, you know, that there was the Harper Collins line was literally wrapping around like buildings. It was not the event that people thought it was. And, you know, I don't get paid a lot of money a month. I get a weekly paycheck. And it takes money to fly out to New York. It takes money to get a hotel. It takes, you know, because you want to be safe during your trip to New York. You know, you get on the plane, you land, you're safe. You want to go to the hotel room. That way you're inside of a building, so you happen to be safe. Oh, I hate my hair right now. I blame Mr. Hat for that. And then you go and spend $400 for VIP tickets, knowing that VIP means that it's basically that you get stuff that people that don't have that kind of money to burn doesn't get. And, you know, I love hearing about book conventions. What makes me shake my head and makes me not want to go to one is the stories that I hear coming from these conventions. And, you know, years and years ago, I wanted to go to BronyCon. You know, I wanted to meet John Delancey because he's my favorite actor from The Next Generation. You know, even my mother wanted to go and meet John Delancey because he played Q on Star Trek. And wanted to get his autograph. Unfortunately, we never got a chance to go, and she passed away, and definitely was unable to do it. And then, of course, BronyCon went away because the show ended and all that type of stuff. The thing about conventions, no matter if it's for something that you personally would look down your nose at, to things that you're really hyped up about, these things take money and time and planning and all that stuff to do. Because I've been to a convention. Last one I went to was, I think maybe like 7 years ago, 8 years ago, when my mother was still alive, and I still have video from that, you know, and I'm never going to get rid of that video because that video means so much to me. But the thing about events like this, when you have hundreds of thousands of people that come to an event that back in the 90s would have never been a thing. You know, you wouldn't have had people, you know, holding up their Kindles or holding up their Kobos, talking about using those devices to get through a convention that was supposed to be this really great event, and it turned out to be a nightmare. And apparently VIP holders or payers, what do you want to call it, didn't get everything that they wanted. They had to pay for the tote, which is stupid. People ran out of books. Like, how could you run out of books? How is this possible? I mean, literally nothing like my experience with a convention at all. Like I said, I went to a convention with my mother. We had fun. But it was organized, and it was something they had done over and over again every year. And I know it's coming up in several months. It's actually coming up much faster than possible, because we're like the last full week of April. We're going into May, and May is the time when they're going to start like planning this out and making sure they have enough tables for everybody, because I think it takes place in in September, so like 3 months from now, it's going to be the convention. I've been to PopCon. I've been to 2 conventions then. I've been to PopCon. PopCon was amazing, and it was an indoor event. I've been to Pagan Pride. It's not a huge event. It's a little tiny event, but it's well organized. So my experience with 2 conventions and 1 little outdoor event tells me that there's no excuse. There's no excuse to why your convention went down the pitiable like hole. Like, I don't understand how this could even happen. And it really annoys me that I have been to 2 very well done events, and I've been conventions, and I've been to 1 very well done smaller event. I'm just everybody had a fun time. It was great. I was wondering why this woman thought that her chihuahua could go inside of her purse and he was not going to get upset about it. It's a long story. But everyone had fun. Everyone had a good time. Everyone had these great memories, except for the people that got towed by the tow truck. Yeah, but they didn't have a good memory. Running after the BMW. It was hilarious. But the thing about it is that I had fun at these events. These events were wonderful. I will have those memories for as long as I live. The memories at BookCon, not so memorable. Not so memorable. And literally everybody was pissed off. And of course, authors left. Why? I mean, I'm an author. Do you think I would leave? No, I would not. And I remember back in the 90s, if you were a reader, you were bullied. Like, you were bullied. I mean, you literally were bullied. And, and of course, there was this decorum of respect, when you walked into a building. Even my bullies were like, yeah, we're going into this building, yeah, we're going to see the nerds and the people that won't ever have a social life, but we don't start trouble in the library. So, you have that. But now book conventions are a multi-billion-dollar business, and if you're pouring this much money, if you've got actual, representatives from these different publishing houses going there, but they don't supply enough freaking books. Excuse me, I know that planes have a weight limit, but you could have, I don't know, done multiple drops. I don't freaking know. And you had authors apparently that just got up and left, and I'm like, why would you do that to your fans? And then of course I've been hearing about people snapping up all the special editions. They're not that special. They're not. I have this book. They didn't have a special edition at Target. They did not. I was happy about this. It's still pretty. But it amazes me about how bad this is. And I mean, last year had its own range of stupid. This year, we're not even to the halfway point of this year, and we have a whole range of stupid. Do better. Do you guys remember what happened over in England with Waterstone? Now you know why I get my ebooks. It's just... Now you know why I go to Myers and buy books from them, because I can't take that. Cannot take that. Anyways, that was that was something else. That was something else entirely. And it's like, what the hell? Like, literally, what the hell is going on? Just... Anyways, book conventions are an event I never want to go to, because I am so terrified I'm going to have really bad experience, and then I'm going to come home and I'm going to say I'm never going on a plane as long as I live. I'm never going on a plane. Because it's just not worth it. This is not worth it either. Anyways, so I am going to end it here before my electricity goes out on me, and I will see you guys next time.